What's going on, family? We are back, joined with our friends on stream, and we're very thankful for our friend Peter for being a patron member of the channel. We never appreciate your friend. He's got us checking out a song from a band called SKYND today. Richard Ramirez, who is also known as the Night Stalker. So this should be interesting. This could be extremely hardcore. This could be not. You know what I mean? I have no idea. With a name like SKYND, it tells me maybe. You know what I mean? It tells me maybe. But then again, there's bands like Stained, and Stained ain't heavy. You know what I mean? Like, but it could be. But I don't know, yo. I don't know. All I know is they got an interesting title for the song title today. So let's go ahead and check it out. What a name. Directed by Tally Ho. Shout out to Tally Ho.
When the evening comes and the temperature cools, you open your window, oh Jenny, you fool. Why waste to breathe if you won't understand? Hell, I'll see you in Disneyland.
Liars lie and haters hate.
Player plays and fate is fate.
Remains, that's how it is.
First the crack and then the whiz.
Take life itself, it's in your hands.
Have my way, you know who I am.
Lean on squirm to wide and stop.
Your fear will chase with every drop.
Liars lie and haters hate.
Player plays and fate is fate.
The fact remains, that's how it is.
First the crack and then the whiz.
Just be quiet, as she said. The demon is alive. The demon wants you dead. 'Cause killing is sex. Killing is sex. As she said. Oh, killing is
They're tying a lot of like very strong imagery together with like the lyrical content of this, where in the story that they're basically telling with this of and like I said, and the visual was more or less tying together with the what we know of the Night Stalker killings. There was definitely a lot more involved with it, hence with like the killing is sex part. That kind of like ties together with the assault part of the events, and like tying together like that with like the blood all over like the two people and all that. Like I said, like it kind of just ties all the lyrical content with like the imagery like together like really well. It's like I said, it's very dark and it's very like serious like subject matter. But this is like, you know, I find that this kind of stuff like very like artful. Does that make sense? Where I feel like there's like such a debate around the idea of really just like talking about like serial killers and like those events like in general. Because I think that some people think that it's like almost like glorifying the people. And I don't really think that's necessarily the cases. I think if anything, it shows the reality of how this looks and how this happens. Does that make sense? Where like, I could sit here and talk all day about every serial killer that was like the handsome guy that nobody would have ever thought that they would have, oh my God, kidnapped and tortured and done all these terrible things to all these different people. You know what I mean? The Ted Bundys of the world and all that kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I guess I don't look at it from that perspective. I feel like it looks more or less is like these stories need to be told, because if we don't talk about them, then how does anybody know? I think it's important. I don't know. I think bring attention onto it so that way we can be weary of these things. And like not fall just trapped to like the same kind of circumstances, especially when you start want to get into like some of those like cult kind of conversations. You know what I mean? Like I said, I could talk about this all day long. I have a lot of thoughts about this kind of shit. So I'm digging the vibes. I'm digging the video. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say that. You know what I mean? But I'm digging it.
Lust for lives, the lust for blood.
I love to watch you fight a man.
Governments kill, so why should I?
010 and eye for an eye.
Losing scruples, conscious in doubt.
I'm simply aroused, let your eyes out. Liars lie and haters hate. Play your place.
Just be quiet. What she said. The demon is alive. The demon wants you dead. 'Cause killing is sex. Killing is sex. What she said. Killing is
Creep you down. Oh man, just discovered her today. I'm bringing her music. Now I'm binging her music. Oh my God, if I could read. Definitely dark, creepy vibes. Definitely is sick to tell the story the way that they did. I don't really know what else to say about it, to be honest with you. I was gonna watch some serial killer documentaries and end up finding great fucking music. Damn, I'm into this. If this is an art in the truest form, I can't get enough. I agree. There we go. I feel like I've done my part. I feel I have done my part, a fair share of boosting of this video. I don't know what else to say at this point. I'm at a loss for words, fam. I'm at a loss for words. I feel like I kind of already have said my piece about it. I feel like the song itself is pretty artistic, and I think that it's sick. This is one of those songs where I feel like I'd have to watch the video with listening to it, though. Does that make sense? Where I don't feel like I'd hear it the same way, even though like the song itself is good. I feel like this is one of those times where I'm like, sometimes when I hear a song, and especially if I've seen the video, and this is why I talk about this all the time on the channel, where like sometimes like you're never gonna not be able to think about that video with hearing something, and I feel like this is kind of one of those things where I feel like the whole visual is kind of needed. Does that make sense? Where I'm like, it is that much better as a full video than it is probably just like, oh, listen to this song about that subject matter when there's a video attached to it. You should probably just go watch the video, and I think that's definitely one of these cases for sure. I think that's all I got, friends. Definitely want to appreciate our good friend Peter again for the request. Be kind to a stranger. Tell somebody that you love them. And if you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you.